Hello everyone and welcome to Box Office Receipts. I'm your host Tyler Callahan, and we got a decent amount of news for this week. We got the continuing success of Inside Out 2 at the box office. We got new films in development. We got streaming updates, including a pretty sizable change in the upcoming shows from what was Max, now will be HBO. I will get to that in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the domestic box office. So for the domestic top 5, it comes as no surprise that Inside Out 2 stayed in first place with another massive $101 million for a total of $356.1 million. In second place was Bad Boys Ride or Die with $18.7 million for a total now of $146.9 million. The Bike Riders opened in third place with $9.7 million. Fourth place was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes with $3.7 million for a total of $164.4 million. And in fifth place was the Garfield movie with $3.6 million for a total of $85.1 million. Inside Out 2 is holding spectacularly well, only dropping 35% from its opening weekend, and it also took the record of best second weekend for an animated film. That was previously held by the Super Mario Bros. Movie with $92.3 million. As for how this is going to play out for the rest of its run domestically, well, it is definitely going to pass $500 million domestic, no problem. And really, all eyes should be on, can it pass $600 million? And I think there's a decent chance it does that. In China, Moments We Shared debuted in first place with $19.5 million, and that is with it coming out on Saturday. Second place was Inside Out 2, which opened to $10.3 million. Third place was Bad Boys Ride or Die with $2.8 million for its debut. Right behind it in fourth place was Haiku, The Dumpster Battle with $2.4 million. And in fifth place was Reversed Destiny with an opening of $2.38 million, and with previews is now at $2.5 million. For international numbers, Inside Out 2 earned another $164.4 million for a worldwide total of $725.4 million. At this rate, it'll be passing $1 billion by next weekend. The Bike Riders earned $4 million for a worldwide opening weekend of $13.7 million. Despicable Me 4 has opened in a few international markets, earning $9.3 million. Bad Boys Ride or Die earned $24.1 million for a worldwide total of $289.1 million. The Garfield movie made $3.7 million for a worldwide total of $230.7 million. Furiosa is at $168 million, and If is now at $181.3 million worldwide. For news in Hollywood, let's start with release dates. Warner Brothers have set release dates for 2 movies. For December 18th, 2026, there will be a Denis Villeneuve event film. While nothing has been confirmed, it is obvious the expectation is Dune Part 3. If this happens, it would be a change of plans from the director, as it has been the expectation that he would direct another film first before heading back into Dune. Warner Brothers also set a release date of March 26th, 2027 for the next MonsterVerse film between them and Legendary. And just as a heads up, MonsterVerse, in case you didn't know, that is the King Kong and Godzilla movies. From Focus Features, they have set the thriller film Last Breath, starring Woody Harrelson and Simu Liu, to come out on February 28th next year. They have also set Downton Abbey 3 to come out September 12th, 2025. Sony announced that the live-action Street Fighter film will come out March 20th, 2026. They will be producing it alongside Legendary and Capcom. In exclusive from Deadline, Crunchyroll is bringing a concert film to theaters from Lisa. The Lisa Live is Smile Always Lander will be in theaters for 3 days, starting on August 17th, so it will be a limited run. And Samuel Goldwyn Films announced that The Thicket will come to theaters on September 6th. This is a Western starring Peter Dinklage and Juliette Lewis, but also worth mentioning that Tubi Films is a producer for this, so I would assume it should be on the service at some point in the future. At the upcoming Venice International Film Festival, Sigourney Weaver will be awarded the Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement. In a town hall at the company, the Paramount CEOs provided an update. As for the pending layoffs, they have determined how big it is going to be, but did not say when it would be or how many people would lose their jobs. They also mentioned that they have hired bankers to help review the assets they have and how much they are worth, as they plan on selling some off to pay some of the debt. In other not good business news, Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This comes as the owner of Redbox has not paid their staff for weeks and medical benefits have been suspended. As listed in their filing, the company reports they owe $3.52 million in unpaid wages. While I hope it doesn't happen, I have a feeling layoffs are going to be happening soon. Sadly, there were some deaths this week. Bud S. Smith died due to respiratory failure after prolonged illness. He was 88 years old. Smith was a film editor for decades and was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for his work on editing The Exorcist and Flashdance. Bill Cobbs died at the age of 90 due to natural causes. He was an actor that appeared in numerous films and shows, including Oz the Great and Powerful, Night at the Museum, and The West Wing, among others. Martin Mull died at the age of 80 after a long illness. He was a comic, musician, and actor who appeared in shows including Arrested Development, Veep, Roseanne, and Fernwood Tonight. Tamano Perry has died at the age of 49 from a shark attack while surfing in Hawaii. The actor was also a professional surfer and lifeguard. He appeared in films and shows including Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, Blue Crush, and Lost. Spencer Milligan has died at the age of 86. He was an actor most known for his role in the TV series Land of the Lost back in the 70s. Eric Laowski has died at the age of 66 due to glioblastoma brain cancer. He was one of the founders of the Sci-Fi Channel when it launched back in 1992. Al Schultz has died at the age of 82. He was a makeup artist who worked on shows including Good Times and Jeffersons. Tom Van Amberg has died at the age of 83. He was a broadcast TV executive who ran KABC TV Los Angeles back in the 80s. And sadly, actress Gina Rowlands has Alzheimer's disease, with her son Nick Cassavetes saying she is in full dementia. Thoughts and prayers go out to their families during this time, and for those who died, may they rest in peace. And as always, fuck cancer. For casting updates, Deadline broke the news that James Marsden is in talks to join Mike and Nick and Alice at 20th Century Studios. The film currently stars Vince Vaughn. As for new films in development, Amazon MGM Studios bought a film package for I Used to Eat Brains, Now I Eat Kale. This will be an adaptation of a short story of the same name from Adam and Danielle Cooper. Both Ryan Gosling and Jesse Henderson will produce the film under their production company General Admission, and it is rumored that Gosling might star in it. Deadline got the exclusive on this, and that is Bob Odenkirk, having signed on to come back to star in Nobody 2. The film will be directed by Timo Tsuchihanto and will come out August 2025. And Eddie Murphy, in an interview, mentioned that he has already recorded some lines for Shrek 5. While the film has not officially been announced yet, it's been assumed that it's being worked on, and well, he gave us the confirmation on that. He also mentioned that a donkey movie is also in the works. We actually got quite a few trailers this week. First, from Focus Features, they released the first trailer for Nosferatu. This is the latest movie from Robert Eggers and stars Lily Rose Depp, Bill Skarsgård, and Nicholas Hoult, among others. It's got a great cast. It comes out on December 25th. Sony released a trailer for Here. This is the Robert Zemeckis film starring Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. Produced between TriStar and Miramax, it comes out on November 15th. A24 dropped the first trailer for Heretic. This is a horror film that stars Hugh Grant and also comes out on November 15th. Amazon MGM Studios released 2 trailers. First, we finally got our first look at Red 1. This is the holiday film starring Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans. It'll hit theaters domestically on November 15th. And wow, this really is becoming a packed weekend ahead of Thanksgiving. I do wonder if they are releasing it in November so they can have it on Prime Video for streaming at the end of December. They also released a trailer for My Old Ass. The film starring Maisie Stella and Aubrey Plaza comes to theaters on September 13th. Lionsgate released a trailer for Flight Risk. This is the thriller film starring Mark Wahlberg and Michelle Dockery, directed by Mel Gibson. It heads to theaters on October 18th. We start our VOD Premium with Paramount Plus as they are planning to increase their prices. For Paramount Plus with Showtime, the monthly price will be going up $1 to $12.99 per month. And for new subscribers for the Essential tier, it'll be going up $2 to $7.99 per month. I say new subscribers because, at least for now, if you are currently on the Essential tier, there will be no price hike. You are being grandfathered in. As for one of their bigger shows, they released a trailer for Tulsa King with the second season set to premiere on September 15th. In a casting update for an upcoming Showtime show, Jeffrey Wright has joined The Agency. The political thriller series is led by Michael Fassbender. Nothing much going on for Disney Plus and Hulu this week, just that the third season of The Bear is now available to stream. You'd think with how popular the show is, they would switch to a weekly release, but I don't know. They must have data that says otherwise. That I guess it's better for it to be all dropped at once. At Apple TV Plus, they have canceled The Big Door Prize after 2 seasons. It starred Chris O'Dowd and Gabrielle Dennis. The upcoming 4th season of Slow Horses, led by Gary Oldman, will premiere on September 4th. Definitely looking forward to that. It's a great show. AMC is developing a new drama series based in Silicon Valley. The untitled series comes from Jonathan Glatzer, who worked on Succession and Better Call Saul. Andrew Lincoln is going back to starring in British TV. Deadline broke the news that he has signed on to star in a new thriller series from ITV called Cold Water. Prime Video released a trailer for Batman Caped Crusader. The animated series, originally meant for Max, will premiere on August 1st, with the whole first season dropping at once. At Netflix, they opened up the major expansion of their studio in Albuquerque, New Mexico, originally bought back in 2018. The expansion to it includes 4 additional sound stages, 2 stage support buildings, 2 dedicated backlot areas, and a production office. Besides this studio lot, they are currently building out a second one in New Jersey. In exclusive from Deadline, they report that Greta Lee has signed on to Catherine Bigelow's next film. It currently stars Idris Elba and Rebecca Ferguson. We got the Netflix Top 10 for the week of June 17th to the 23rd. For English films, a new one debuted in first place called Trigger Warning, starring Jessica Alba, with 25.7 million views. In second place was Ultraman Rising, with 7.9 million views. And in third place was Dracula Untold, with 6.7 million views. For English TV shows, the 3rd season of Bridgerton stayed in first place, with another 16.5 million views. In second place was the 2nd season of Perfect Match, with 3.6 million views, and in third place was the 1st season of Bridgerton with 3.5 million views. In Europe, Sky Showtime has made a deal with Prime Video to become a channel on the platform. The channel will be available in Spain, Poland, Sweden, and the Netherlands. For Spain, it'll launch July 1st, with it coming to other countries later. And we wrap up with Warner Brothers Discovery. In an exclusive from Variety, they're reporting a pretty big change in that a lot of the big budget Max shows are now going to become HBO Originals. Right now, that includes the new Harry Potter show, DC's Lanterns, and the It prequel series, Welcome to Derry. As of now, The Penguin and Dune Prophecy will still be a Max original. I think this is probably the best move overall because look, they've been cutting down on Max-only content for a while, with most shows having been canceled. Now, there are a few left, like Hacks, but compared now to, say, 2 or 3 years ago, there is a stark difference. And since, for these shows specifically, the Welcome to Derry, Lanterns, Harry Potter, those are big budget shows. They will at least feel and look high quality, which does make sense to move them over to HBO, right? When you assume HBO, you think of high quality shows, dramas, comedies, yada, yada, yada. At the very least, these shows will look and feel high budget. And look, since they are going to be now HBO Originals, they should also be aired on HBO on cable when they come out. So for them, this actually helps fill out their content lineup for original HBO. Because now they can show them on cable, which means HBO cable channel will still have value, which will help them in contract negotiations with the cable companies. And they own them anyway, so it'll still head to Max anyway, so people who don't have cable can still watch it. And they can do this without spending other money on making other shows, right? Because again, going back to the cable and satellite companies, they are not happy with the carriage contracts right now. And we've been talking about this where they've been pushing to get subscription services, some condition, usually the ad version of them, but to get them included in it for their customers. So at least now they can say, hey, look, we're still keeping HBO full of new content, right? Yeah, you can get it on Max, but you can also get it on HBO. And originally, these shows weren't coming to HBO at all, right? So I think that's smart. Specifically with Lanterns having moved over to HBO, they have gone ahead and greenlit it for an 8-episode season. Previously was just in development, but they're moving forward. Chris Mundy will be the showrunner, and the show will focus on both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. And the Harry Potter show is slowly moving forward, as Francesca Gardner has been hired as the showrunner and executive producer. Mark Malode has signed on to direct multiple episodes, as well as executive produce. Both have previously worked on other HBO shows, including Succession, Game of Thrones, and His Dark Materials. And that is it for this episode of Box Office Receipts. If you want to follow me on Threads, X, or Instagram, links to those are in the show notes. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.